Welcome to We the Animals. It's by the same person who made the other game that's made by this exact same kind of visual style of a TV monitor. Wait, what was it? Let me remind myself. Animals. Catfish. Who made The Treachery of Simulations, that's right. We the Animals... I'm going to assume it's a game about suicide, so if you're uncomfortable with suicide, or anything like that, like disturbing nature of depressing things, then don't watch. Apparently it's like, as the store page goes, it's, you hear your parents, your parents are fighting again. You turn on the radio and stay in the tub. You can't bring yourself to leave, and this time you cut down the stream. So, blood slowly going into the tub. Did someone just shoot the other one? Oh, okay. Everything's sort of escalating both slowly and quickly. On the bright side, this coffee is actually good. It's a little... The coffee's creamy. I'm going to presume it's like the dad and mom were fighting. I'm going to presume it was like the dad who then got a gun and shot the wife. It says the scream. If it was out of spite, what I would do if doing this, I would get, I'm presuming, wrist slashed. I would do fireworks display of my wrist spraying blood and make it so it's much harder to clean the room afterwards. I'd just be like, oh yeah, fireworks, just everywhere. Then all the walls, the ceilings, the floor, the door, oh, there'd just be shit everywhere. Like, you think that's a mess on the floor? Fireworks, just think about that. Fireworks. Fireworks. Oh. And he shot himself. Well, that's not depressing at all. Wait, got up and turned off the radio. Wait, what? Is that supposed to be symbolic with, like, they died and just their ghost turned off the radio? Or that someone was there with you out of sight? That wouldn't make sense for you to bleed that much and then just get out of the tub and be like, well, I'm done. That was just a ketchup package all along. Yeah, it's a little bit of a depressing thing. Not really so much horror. I don't know if I will upload it or not. Because if I play horror games, obviously it's going to be for horror, maybe with some philosophy and ranting. Like, I'd say something at the end of this video that'd be ranting-wise, but I don't have much of anything. It's not horror, it's body horror, maybe? Maybe you could say body horror in a way, like in a very tame fashion. But I don't know, just don't do those kind of things in real life. Just no, that's all I have to say. Just don't do that. Suicide prevention hotlines and shit. I took it with an approach of not taking it too seriously, because a lot of people will probably just be like, oh my god, oh no. I'm just like, how I work, I mean, it's the same way as when my dad passed away. I was the clown. Because all I remember with my dad passing away was everything being super serious and me trying to cope with it myself. And I can't remember what's it called, a wake after the funeral, and everyone goes into your house and sort of just talks and shit before they leave. It's just like this kind of, I could feel the atmosphere. The atmosphere was just like this miserable dark cloud, with like a dark cloud lingering over everyone's heads, and it's just kind of a miserable situation. Like, everyone was just sort of mumbling, talking to themselves in mini groups here and there in the house, talking to each other. And then what I did, I went into the freezer and I had forgotten a Coke, a bottle of Coke, like a 710 milliliter bottle of Coke. It was in the freezer, and I was like, damn, this shit's too frozen. It's probably gonna explode. So I opened it anyways, and the fucking Coke bottle just exploded like a rocket, and the Coke was just like sprayed like a fountain on like everyone around in the vicinity. It sprayed, and the Coke went and like hit the ceiling. Coke was on the ceiling. Cola was all over the kitchen, all over the counter, all over the floor. But after doing that, what I found out and realized was the atmosphere had completely changed. That the Coke incident sort of disrupted people's sadness. And the Coke fountain was able to make people laugh about the absurdity of the situation, where why did that random event have to happen? It made things lighthearted. So, you could say maybe I took that to heart, and I was like, well, handling things in a lighthearted manner, or disrupting depressing topics with something a little more humorous. There's always a time and a place where it's, where humor shouldn't happen. There's always a line to be drawn. But for me, I don't know where the line is, possibly. But I'm going to say, when it comes to depressing things, handling with seriousness isn't as effective, unless you're perhaps inexperienced with it. But if you're super experienced with it, there's always the differentiation. The most experienced will always be the ones that try to handle it with humor and comedy, because they're just tired of seeing it. It's the same thing with comedians. Like, you look at Robin Williams. He was himself depressed, and he's seen, like really depressing shit probably, and he was dealing with depressing shit, and he still tried to put smiles on other people's faces. You don't go up to Robin Williams and say, fuck off, you're being lighthearted in a serious subject. You don't do that. So why can't anyone else be like Robin Williams and trying to bring humor to dark situations? There should be no rules, typically, but there still is, unfortunately, in some manner, a time and a place for everything. But for me, be lighthearted about serious things, because if you're gonna condemn someone for being lighthearted to try to cheer you up instead of being a sad sack of shit or super serial, then I don't know. But hey, that's my personal story, and that's my random rant. It's not going to go over 10 minutes, so you don't have to worry about me doing this as a means of milking, but there's going to be a two-part series where I'll probably find another short game to play and bring with this one. But I hope you enjoyed, and let's go to the next game. Welcome to TV Night, a short indie horror game I found on itch.io. Let's just get into it. Or get it stop, but let's not do that. Play. Midnight, Mom and Dad are asleep. Time to go watch TV, hell yeah. Man, I'm trying to remember the first TV that was put in my room, and it was like the most ancient CRT TV to ever exist as my first TV. I'm just like, wow, and I can play Super Nintendo on it, shit. Yeah, good times. My stereo, it's awesome. Sure. A poster of the best person to ever exist. Let me turn up my volume. That creepy creaking noise wasn't loud enough for me. Fucking coat hanger. Time to watch TV. Let's not wake our parents. Oh, whoa. We gotta be super quiet. They left the TV on. Wow, how mysterious. Let's go the other way, though, first. I want to give some people some cancer by talking in a low speak for a little while. I don't want to wake up my parents. It's a weird house, you know, like this long-ass hallway just for... Imagine being, like, adults. Now, the game is, in fact, at high-level volume. I don't need to turn up anymore. Imagine living in this kind of house. Your parents are there. Your front door rings. You have to run all the way down this hallway, all the way down here, all the way down here, all the way down here, just to get the front door that I presume is right there. It's a shitty house, architecturally speaking. My parents left the TV on. And there's creaking noises everywhere. I wonder what could happen. All channels show static. I better check the back. There's a VHS tape stuck to the back of the TV. Bang. I'll check out the rest of the house first. It's not time to walk around. I want cartoons. Cartoons? At what, like 2 in the morning? You're only gonna find fucking porn. Midnight TV. What kind of... I mean, that's an old cartoon, but why would it be on a VHS tape? That makes no sense. Find my tapes. I bet it's just Mom trying to scare me. In the basement. Another tape in... Oh, in the garage. Next to the axe. Okay. Over here. Also, the monitor is too fucking dark. I'm turning up the brightness. I should grab that flashlight. This garage looks familiar. That one game where you're that woman with mental problems and there's a clown, like a killer clown in the neighborhood. It's like exactly the same garage, just low poly and pixelated, except there'd be a couch here and a trash can, I think, there, and a bike. Something like that. I don't know, all garages probably look fucking alike. Bathroom? Let's open everything. Do I get a reward of like a few seconds of cartoon? No cartoons. Good job. But there are still more tapes to find. It's just like my TV's evil. The storage room. That's right here. That's my stereo from... What? I don't hear shit. And... this kid hears a stereo that not even I can hear. Oh. No, okay, now I can hear. That's alright for you. That's alright, no mama. I know. You know? I don't know how the fuck the parents wouldn't be awake from that loud ass fucking music. Seriously. Now that was really loud when I got close to it. Alright. Don't be afraid. Is something to my right? It sounds familiar. Your parents are having a hell of a time. Don't tell me that thing. I don't need to know that. So... TV monster? You hide in my closet, man. Oh, a censored version of that Nirvana. I can't remember it. I just know it's a famous album cover. Don't know if it's fucking Nirvana or not. I'm not one that listens to classic rock bands anyways. The only one I listen to that's classic rock is like fucking Queen. My parents' bathroom, how? And it's just sort of, just do you mind? It's not even plugged in. What's going on? It turned out the plot twist was my parents were TVs all along. And even I am a TV. Wait, someone's getting out of the car? Shoot, maybe it's my parents. And my parents weren't sleeping. Cartoon. Strange. The developer that made this game thought to make a peephole just for this one moment to make that cartoon drawing of what is on the other side, rather than have it animated with the engine, with the monster in its model. Interesting take, but interesting. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, we're a family of TV heads. We're not human. So, I mean, I don't know. Let's just go with that. Where are Mom and Dad? They're having a hell of a time. Like, this is the music of the people, of the TV people? I don't know. What I like the most about you is that nothing will stop you. Smiley face. Alrighty then. I guess a somewhat interesting monster. If it was made by usually the designs of Siren Head, that same guy made a lot of monster designs that are decently popular in social media and sort of creepypastas. Like, the guy makes monsters. I can't remember his name. People know who I'm talking about. Like, he made Siren Head for one thing, and I think he made the long neck skeletal horse creature as well, and a lot of others that are popular. Like a TV monster like that, it feels like something that maybe he would make, but just, a lot more visually creative, or a lot more creepy, or a lot more horrifying, or a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? A lot more surreal, to like just human design mixed with monster design, or fantasy mixed with reality sort of thing. But it's a lot more, the game is lacking polish in comparison to that. But at the same time, it feels like it has good creativity at the very least. But it's interesting. It could be longer, it could have more it could have more tension. The sound effects were something I was familiar with, so it wasn't creepy to me. Like, it was something I heard from many other games. If the monster was unique and added its own unique level of tension, and ambience that kept you on your toes sort of thing, then maybe you'd have more tension. But as a creature, at the very least, in an indie horror game, is interesting. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this shorter horror game. If you did, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, hit the bell notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.